What's up, Wheeler Bros, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are changing the oil in the Honda TRX 250X. I don't remember if we've actually highlighted how to do it on the channel. If we did already, then whoop-de-doo, we'll do it again. And if not, then this is how you do it. But before we do it, I have a few announcements, and we'll go right into the video. But other than that, we'll pray for the video, and then we'll go from there. So without further ado, let's pray. Dear God, thank you for the opportunity to be here today. Thank you for helping me pass some of my finals. God, I pray that you continue to bless Andrew and help him throughout the rest of his school. And I pray that you continue to bless us and keep us safe throughout everything we do. In your holy and gracious name I pray. Amen. Alright, before we get into the actual video, I have a few updates. We are now officially helping and trying to work with Travis in his shop. So we're going to have some more content working on his car together with him. We're also going to be going to the track on May the 8th, which is a week from today. Well, it depends on when you're watching this. If you're watching this on Saturday, the 30th, no. If you're watching this May the 1st on Saturday, then it is then. But if you're watching this April the 30th on Friday, then it's a week and 1 day from now. Anyway, regardless, we are also going back to the track the week after that. So not the 8th, but the week after that. I think it's the 14th. It's for a birthday, so we should have some fun stuff recording-wise there. Let's see, what else do we have? The Raptor review video is in its final stages. I've got some stuff put together for it, and we're grinding it out. Basically, we're just going to explain what we think about it after almost a year of having it. Andrew's clutch cable video for the crappy to scrappy stuff we've been doing will be coming soon. And then the next two Battle of the Bro videos will be out after the 14th. So, fingers crossed, we'll have all that stuff due with you guys. Travis's next race is next week. It's May the 8th. So be sure to go there and check it out, Florence Motor Speedway. But other than that, we've already prayed for the video. I've rambled because I haven't done this in a while. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, before we get started with the TRX 250X, I wanted to talk about the differences between the Raptor 700R and the TRX 250X. This one has an oil filter that you have to drain as well on top of the oil reservoir, and then there's two bolts at the bottom. There's one here with a 12 millimeter, and there's another one with like I think it's 22 if I remember correctly. But the Honda TRX 250X, Old Faithful, only has one, just this one. All you have to do is just loosen it at the bottom, pour back into here, and then you're set. So let me go figure out what that actually is so I can tell you guys correctly, and then we'll go from there. Also, I know that Andrew probably doesn't want me poking around his bike because he's already got oil issues with one, but I'm curious to see if this has one or two, because if it's close to the 700, it might have two, but I don't know if it has an oil filter. I'll probably call and ask him and see if he's okay with me looking for you guys, but if not, I won't be poking around because he's already got oil issues with his Raptor. I don't want to do the same thing with this one. So without further ado, let's go get the tools. All right. So to confirm my suspicions, this right here is the oil filter where you take off these three bolts just like the Raptor, and this right here is the oil reservoir. It's kind of hard to tell because the whole engine is sprayed like a matte black, but if you can get a little bit closer there, that is the oil filter. And that is the dipstick. So I'm not gonna mess around with it or change it today because we haven't really done anything with it, and I don't really want to start changing some stuff and doing stuff to it unless Andrew's here, because you know it's his Fuller, and I would be tweaking stuff if he's not here present to watch me do it, just to make sure I don't mess up something of his. So without further ado, let's get back to my Fuller that I can screw up if I need to. Alright, so after some extensive poking around in the toolbox, I found out that the bolt to take off this thing down here is a 17 millimeter, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a bolt down there somewhere. Let me see if I can find it with my hand. Right about there. That is the case, and that's the only one on here. There's no air filter, as you can see here, or not air filter. There's no oil filter, so it's just one unit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and crank this bad boy up, so that way the oil will be warm, so it'll run quicker. It's probably the first time it has started right off the bat. Okay, I might need 2 hands for this. Let me set this down. so that should be warm enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen this side over here, so that way it's one big flow. And yeah, I'll go loosen that with that one over there, and then we'll get this thing going. See you in a bit. All right, now that we've done that, I'm gonna take the lid off of this because I forgot to do that, and then ever so slightly break the seal with the 17mm. Alright, so I don't know if you guys saw earlier, but this is where the bolt is. Oh, on there pretty tight. Let's get it. Oh, I hit it by accident. Here we go. There we go. Go ahead and take this off. There we go. The only thing is that be very careful, because you just heated up your machine, so the oil is going to be hot, or at least lukewarm. Haha, didn't get my hands dirty. A mechanic would be proud, baby. Let's go. Anyway, I'm gonna let this sapsucker drain, and then after that we're gonna go from there. Just a few personal preference style tips. Since I took the dipstick out over here so it would run easy, what I did is I cleaned up around the dipstick, because as you can see, there's a little bit of dirt. So I took a paper towel and I cleaned it up just to make it, you know, not as much grit. So another thing that we do is we like to put our dipstick on a paper towel when we take it off, just so that way there's no dirt or anything like that. I do the same thing with the bolt too. So just something to, just a suggestion if you guys are interested. While we're on the topic of preferences, the Honda book recommends that you use SAE 10W-40. That is what they say. Not quite sure if that's what you should use, but because like every other brand name out there, whether it be stuff like Reebok or clothes or stuff like that, Under Armour even, the name brand is a lot more expensive than something that's, you know, off-brand. So we usually use castor oil because it costs us like 20 to 40 bucks, and you can pick that up from like an O'Reilly's or a Redline, but Redline's going to be a little bit more expensive than a normal O'Reilly's. But I got this bad boy today for like less than 30 bucks. So, and it's 5 gallons, so we should be set for a while. But that's usually what we put in there because it's thicker and it runs more consistent. So, but if you use an SW or SEAW 30, the only difference is that the 30 will be more thin. So I don't know if you want to use a thinner model on a sport quad or anything like that, but we use thick oil for both. So if you guys have any suggestions, comments, or concerns regarding our oil, please be sure to leave them in the comment section down below. I'm interested in learning more about these wonderful sport quads. Thank you guys, and hopefully you guys can let me know. Peace. Alright, after a few minutes of me failing miserably to put this back, we finally got everything going. It dripped a little bit down the skid plate right there, but other than that, everything went well. So I think I'm going to remove this bit, put the lid back on that, and we're going to put the castor oil in the funnel and put it back where the dipstick is over there, and fill this up. It is recommended to put 1 quart in there, and if you need more after checking it, then you just put it back in as you go. So we'll do that a little bit, and I'll bring you guys back whenever we're done. Alright, so rule of thumb is whenever you're trying to change your oil, make sure you clean around this so that way the dipstick doesn't get any dirt and grit on it, so you don't mess up the oil tank. Being that I've already done that, I'm going to go ahead and put this in here, laces all the way to it, make sure it touches. I think it said to do 2 screws and then bring it back out. And then, can't really tell much of a difference. Well, yeah, I can, right there. So it needs to be a little bit more, and then we should be good, and that was 1 quart already. So I'm going to put this back in and screw it back so that way no dirt and grit can get in it, and we're going to fill up the funnel one more time and then see what we can do after that. So see you guys in a bit. So the owner's manual says that you're supposed to twist that until it's all the way on like that, and then you twist it off, and then you know what you're supposed to do. But the other thing that I have is SC1. This is a high gloss coating for your quads. This is something that we get from a local company in our area. So essentially all you do is you spray it on and you don't wipe it off. And essentially all it does is it makes it look glossy like that. Like you can tell the obvious difference on camera. This is so much more glossy. And as soon as it dries, it essentially stays the same until you wash it off. And it's supposed to help with mud and dust and all that wonderful stuff. In fact, the last time that we sprayed it off with all the dust on it, it came off relatively well, and everything on it went away. Now I know that there are a few places that you're not supposed to spray, and I'm pretty sure I just sprayed them both, but it's whatever. I'll fix that when I have to cross that bridge. But yeah,
underneath the fenders,
looks like brand new. And you're also allowed to spray this. Where'd you say? Underneath the fenders and where else?
the rims, axles, all over the.
So it's supposed to be able to go on any plastic to metal surface.
Anything. It allows mud to wash off food.
It also smells really good. It kind of smells like a weird mix between a cotton candy,
And great.
yeah, cotton candy and a grape flavor for some weird reason.
Outside rims, tires, inside tires, everything.
Is this the first time we put this on?
Nope.
What about the engine? Cool.
It's not running.
Oh yeah, well obviously. I don't know if this is flammable, but if any of you viewers at home are going to be testing this, I mean, if you want to test and see if it's flammable, your research will not go in vain, my friends. Actually, do not do that. I don't condone you testing if this is flammable with your own use at home, because then I will be liable. So do not do that. Let's spray this back here too while I'm at it. Speaking of inside the rim, need to go back and re-clean that. Just cleaned it the other day, but obviously I didn't do a good job, so we'll have to redo that sometime soon. But not now that we've got this product. All right, so looks like new, somewhat. Other than the stuff that didn't come off when we washed it, when we should have washed it the first time. So yeah. SC1. I want to say SCW. SC1. Go check it out. Looks nice. Anyway, that's all I've got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you do like the content, please be sure to stick around and hang out with us a little bit more. We are still on our road to 1,000. We hit 300 last week, so we're like 700 away. Hey, but we still got like close to 6 or 7 more months, so you guys can do it. We got more content coming this summer. I'm super excited about that. But other than that, I think we're set. I've already told you guys about the dates for the first part of the video, so if you guys are interested, please be sure to go check out our Instagram for more content about that. But other than that, I think we're done for today, so thank you guys for watching, and be sure to subscribe, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so, and we'll see you guys in the outro. Peace. What's up, Wheeler Bros? I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has subscribed, and I want to say a huge thank you to your support. It has meant the world to us.
And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. It's free. You can change your mind at any time. Plus, it helps out the channel.
If you guys want to stay connected with us throughout everything we do, please be sure to go follow our links in the description down below. And yeah. Speaking of description, we have links in our description all the way from parks that you guys have seen on the channel, all the way down to our biggest supporter, Mr. Travis Truett at Skyline Signs. And as always, I'd like to say a huge thank you, and thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.